Hello there, it's just me, your old buddy Grizzly Jim. It's getting towards the end of January, if you can believe that. It's another very cold, dank day outside, so I'm in the workshop. There's a knock on the garage door, and I have received another package that I wanted to share with you. So, I don't know, it seems to be all I'm doing at the moment, but the weather's awful. And I'm a fair weather archer, I don't mind telling you that. It's better, it's more fun out in the woods when it's not raining. But I've got my Grizzly Jim coffee mug, coincidentally filled with tea, so take that, society. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you. This is something that I've been waiting for ages, actually. And I just want to say huge thanks to my buddy Samuel, who does a lot of work with Mandarin duck, for hooking me up with this. Now, this is the two-piece Mandarin duck Devourer Longbow, which I've been waiting to get my hands on for a while. We had a hell of a time with FedEx. It nearly got to me, but they wouldn't deliver it because it was a bow. And it's like ordering archery equipment sometimes can be a real nightmare, depending on what company you use, because legally archery equipment is classed as sporting goods. Some companies don't see it, they just see bow, they think weapon, they won't. Yes, a bow can be used as a weapon. I don't want to get into that argument, but legally a bow is classed as sporting goods, and I don't know, it's a bit of a nightmare trying to get stuff shipped sometimes. So we had a real problem with it, but it's here now. I believe Mandarin Duck have sorted out FedEx. They've got it all sorted, so there shouldn't be any issues moving forward. But yeah, I mean, if you know anything about the Mandarin Duck Devourer, it's a two-piece longbow, and I've got a bit of a soft spot for two-piece longbows. I just think they're cool. I think most archery stuff's cool, actually. It's certainly well packed. There's a lot of tape I've got to cut. Come on, and I don't want to. There we go. I'm opening it the wrong way. That's why. But that's okay. Oh my word, that's neat. Right, in here we've just got the box and this bag. That's it. That's just. It looks like a carbon weave. I don't know if you can see that. So we've got a 35-pound bow. There's a little sticker on here. I guess the R2 means right-handed. Can I show you that? It's riveting stuff, you know, sticker. Yeah, but before I open this, I just wanted to give you a quick word from my sponsors. Look, I'm going to be real with you just for a minute. Yeah, get a string, buy a string. Your bow needs a string. Without a string, it's just a sexy lump of wood. But by all means, buy a pre-made string. Buy a mass-produced string made in the darkest parts of Europe or Asia or whatever, made in a factory. Or you could get some lumbersexual internet has-been like myself to make you a string for your bow. It's not an off-the-shelf number. I mean, you've got a good bow. Let's put a good string on it. Just doesn't even have to be from me. Just support your string makers. Bow makers, they make the money on bows. Support string makers because they care about your bow, and that will make you a string specifically for your bow, tailor-made. Support small archery businesses, especially mine. Grizzly Jim. www.grizzlygym.co.uk, www.grizzlystrings.com. Yeah, I'm sorry about. You know me. I got to play the game. Hopefully you found that funny. I get emails every day from people. Hey, do you want to do a collab? From not Raid Shadow Legends, because that's how you know you've made it in YouTube. But no, just really dodgy emails from odd things. Right, comes with a string. There's no information on the string, so I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's some sort of fast flight string. It's an endless loop, so no, I'm only kidding. Endless loop's fine if you're into that sort of thing. You know, loads of my friends use endless loop strings on their bows, and it's absolutely fine. I mean, I wouldn't let my daughter marry one, but you know. Oh, okay. Now that's fancy. Okay, this is obviously the bottom half, and you can see it's I'll show you the other half in a sec, but it'll be two sections that sort of slot together. What I've got here, I believe, is a 60-inch two-piece bow. So let's dig out the other half. Now, that's quite nice. We've got a leather grip on there. And let's have a look. Can you see in there? Can you see all the gubbins? It's reinforced with some, looks like metal in there. I'll get some close-ups as I go. But the way they make these bows, or certainly the way I've seen these bows be made, it's crazy. They make a bow. They make a one-piece bow, and then some poor guy has to cut it in half and shape the grip and everything. And yeah, it's a bit of a mind. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it, but yeah, that's a pretty good, positively fitting bow. That goes together quite nicely. Now, I've had a two-piece longbow before. I did love it. It wasn't without its issues though, but yeah, that fit has to be crucial. I mean, that is a crucial component of a two-piece bow. If there's any play in there, that's going to cause you some problems. No, but that's a positive fit. It snaps together nicely. It's nice and secure. There's no play in there. Like I say, it's a 60-inch AMI bow, 35 pounds at 28 inches. So that's something I could shoot all day long. You got some limb tips on there. They're quite bulbous, a bit bigger than I would normally kind of go for with a limb tip. If I had a choice, I find the bigger the limb tip, the more thud the bow has. But that's just a personal thing. They're not overly big. But they're definitely on there. They're definitely a chunky old limb tip. I'm wrecking the place. Looking at the shelf, it's definitely cut proud of center, so potentially that could be longbow legal. I think I'd have to double check when I come to do the shooting video whether or not it's longbow legal, but it's certainly a stunning piece of kit. Based on my previous experiences with bows, I'd say that's quite heavily based on the Bodnik signature stick, which I had, but I'm guessing it's a chunk cheaper. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I was kind of hoping they'd send me some information about the bow, so I'll have to do. I've got a big list of bows to do at the moment as soon as the weather gets nicer. But yeah, I'll do some research on it, find out what all the bows are. It looks like it's techno wood in there. There's a nice bit of phenolic on the front there. I mean, I like this pattern on the front and the back of the bow, or the back and the belly of the bow. It's my personal thing with bows. I really don't like it when there's straight edges on bow. I don't like straight edges. I like I find a bow to be quite natural. Like an aluminium bow is fine, but a wooden bow, if there's a straight edge on it, I find it's really distracting and it really throws me off. But there's no straight edges on this really. Everything's nice and rounded. Nothing's sort of pulling the eye away. So yeah, a few years ago, I could probably take a good guess at what the woods are in here. But it was like maybe an apple wood or something spalted. But it's very attractive limb. I mean, this is like I said, this is only your first look. This is no uncertain terms an in-depth look at a bow. This is me just getting out of the box, talking crap about it for 10 minutes. But no, I'm looking forward to getting that out and having it. It's a chunky grip. Certainly chunkier than what I'm used to, but when you have to reinforce the grip, it's gonna make it a little bit chunkier, I would have thought. But that is certainly solid. I don't know what is that, resin or fiberglass or something. I mean, every company who makes two-piece bows has their own little way of doing it, but there's only really one way to find out, and that's to string it up and shoot it, which I will do. I'll probably have a play with that tomorrow when I go down the club. And then as soon as we get the weather is improving, so who knows, maybe we'll get out to the woods sometime soon, get some shooting done with it. But it's a lovely looking bow. like I said, the handle's a bit chunkier than what I'm used to. But I can't see that being a massive problem. It's a nice reflex deflex. I'll have to check as well, see if they do some different lengths. Like I say, they've sent me the 60-inch, which is a good length for a trad bow. If you're competing, you might need something a bit longer. But yeah, I mean, two-piece, it makes life a lot easier when you're traveling. I haven't done a lot of traveling just lately, but when I did, a takedown or a two-piece made life a hell of a lot easier. But yeah, the colours in the wood, it's really nice. It's got like a semi-gloss finish, like a satin finish. Beautifully put together piece of bow. I mean, you know, there's no beating around the bush. Mandarin Duck's a Chinese company. You know, a lot of it's mass produced. I'm finding a lot of the stuff coming from China is pretty decent. I mean, some of it's absolute tat, I'll be honest, but the Mandarin Duck stuff that I've seen, I've got a Mandarin Duck Mark 1, which Black Hunter Mark 1, which I still use. That's a stunning bit of kit. I'm not a huge fan of the Mark 2. I think it's a much uglier bow with the hard line. I talk about straight lines because you've got the sort of straight edge of the limb. Doesn't do anything for me. Much prefer the Mark 1 where it's sort of contoured into the bow. But yeah, some of the stuff coming out of China is quite impressive. So, you know, if you're looking for a budget bow that's got a bit more quality to it, something like this is probably the way to go. I can't remember the price. I've terribly researched this video. I can only apologize. Yeah, I mean, I think it's around $200, something like that, £200, $200. 260 maybe. I don't know. But I think, if I remember rightly, it's if I'm wrong, I'll put a link to it in the description so you can see the price anyway. But yeah, under £300, under $300, you're getting a really nice bow for your money, looks wise. Proof of the pudding is in the eating, and we haven't eaten it yet. So yeah, but from a first impression and from what I know of Mandarin Duck, I think you can't really go for the money. You can't really go wrong with that sort of bow. If you're sort of just getting into archery, or you've been doing some archery, you've been using like a really cheap trainer bow for a while, and you want to kind of take that step up, something like this is probably a good shout. To be honest, I do recommend the Mandarin Duck quite highly. Certainly the Black Hunter. I make strings. I see a lot of orders come in, and I make a tremendous amount of strings for Black Hunters, be they Mandarin Duck, be they Hitman Archery. There's a few companies that make the Black Hunter. There's a few factories that produce the same thing. It's all pretty complicated over in the East, I think, but I make a hell of a lot of strings for them. They are very popular bows. So yeah, and there's a reason. Quality and affordability is something I'm really keen on. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I want to try and get as many people into archery as I can, and cheap or affordable archery equipment is a quality. Affordable archery equipment is a way of doing that. So I can support something like that. I can get on board with it. I think it's really cool. Samuel, the guy who hooked me up with this, who does a lot of work with Mandarin Duck, he's extremely passionate about these bows, and he's been talking to me about them for ages. So it's nice to get my hands on one and have a look. I'm excited to get out to the range and have a little bit of shoot with it. So yeah, that's the Mandarin Duck Devourer 2-piece longbow. Again, that's a fancy little mechanism in there. So yeah, we'll see how it holds up. But that's certainly like a bow you could just take down, stick in the back of the car, take it stumping, take it on holiday with you, something like that. But that's something to have a play with. But I suppose I've rambled on enough. I do apologise, but I'll definitely, I promise you, I'll be more researched when I come to shoot it. I'll have all the information for you. This is just an unboxing, just a chance for me to talk to you. I don't get to talk to many people anymore, so it's it's nice to sit and have a little chat and have a cup of tea with you. So I hope you found that useful. You take care, shoot straight, and I'll see you on the internet. Bye bye. That's right, it's me again. Buy a string, buy a t-shirt, buy some coffee, a mug, get a mug. Just buy something. Come on, I don't want to get a proper job. Please, buy something. No, I'm only joking. You don't have to do anything, but you should definitely buy something from www.grizzlystrings.com or grizzlygym.co.uk. Same thing. Why make two websites for the same thing? Hey,